Ow, ow, ow. Howdy, y'all. I want to talk with you about queens and requeening today. Something near and dear to my heart here in Central Texas, because we got spicy bees in this part of the world. In my first 5 years of beekeeping, I kept those spicy bees, loved on them, took care of them, until it got too painful. So I started buying queens of known genetics, more gentle genetics. And so I'm a big fan of keeping folks in more gentle bees here in this part of the world. And that means buying mated queens from different parts of the country: California, Hawaii, Georgia, Florida. So we buy queens here at Charlie Bee Company. We bank them. We store them in a queenless hive, which this is a queenless hive. And we leave the bees in their cages. So they're locked into their cages. They can't get out. The workers in this hive, they're not affiliated with the queen. They just came along with the bunch. We made a hive queenless. Now you're wondering why I'm not... Oh, got a sting. Dang it. I'm breathing. I'm making a lot of CO2, so it's kind of pissing them off, which is standard. But I'm not wearing a veil because I really need a lot of attention and adoration. So, no, these tend to be pretty calm. So here is our beautiful bunch of queens, right? These are mated queens from California. These are Italians. We sell these to our customers. Probably should just stop talking, but that's not a strong suit. So I'm gonna just take one of these queens off of here. And I'll put this right back in. Ow, ow, ow. All right, so take two. that was me getting stung in the face, and I don't like face stings. They hurt. Punishing me for showing off for the camera. Probably should be punished more than for that kind of thing. Typically I can get into this queen bank and I'm not talking, and I think the talking, I was breathing out CO2, that pissed the bees off. Good lesson learned. Here's our queen, right? I got a queen right here. Make sure she's alive, right, and healthy, and I can stick her in our little JZB. These are JZBZ cages. It comes with a little tube here with a little candy in the bottom, and I can use this box or just put them in a box. Sometimes I'll even put tape over the candy. I put them in that box and then close them up with their attendants, and we can then transport that with us. All right, y'all, now I'm being smart. I'm here with a smoker and a full veil, face covering. I got a jacket on. I'm still without gloves because I'm a show off and I like to work without gloves. But we're here to check this hive. This is a recent removal. Removal queens can be great. I just tend to think they're older. They're also can be feral and spicy and not very friendly. So we're gonna get in here, see if we can find her, and we're gonna pinch the queen. It's a nice word for killing the queen, and then get a new queen in here in order to get them some good healthy genetics. So I typically start out, I'll take the feeder out and make space. They have hived up nicely. I'm assuming they're queen right. There were a lot of bees in here. We want to first make sure that they're in fact queen right and see what's going on first. Not very strong. There's a lot of bees though. They're really tiny bees, right? They're little. Scutellata, equatorial bees, spicy bees. I'm trying not to use the term Africanized. I think it's a stigma kind of term. So they're bees from Africa, but you know, Italian bees aren't Italianized, right? They're just Italian bees. So you could call these African lowland bees. Anyway, they tend to be small. These are little tiny bees, right? They came from a water meter, and so tend to be spicy that come from water meters. Spicy bees will go low, right? Where the European bees tend to go up high. So I'm looking here. It's getting a little dark, so I hope I can find mom. Are they even queen right is the question. There's plenty of bees, but I'm not seeing any evidence of eggs, larvae, so don't know what is going on here. I'd almost be inclined to toss a queen in here and see what happens. Give her a couple days. In fact, I think I will. I think I'm going to put them right in here. It's like a little bit of pollen in here. So I'm going to put her in here. There's your cage, right? They're going to chew through this candy, this fondant, to get to the queen. So if it's a big, strong hive, if you make a great big split, or you have a deep that's just full of tons of bees, they're going to get through this queen, this fondant like real quick. So a lot of times what I'll do within that scenario is I'll take a little bit of painter's tape, right? Masking tape. How many of you have actually used tape like this to mask? That's an old joke, sorry. So I could put the tape on there and that will slow them down. I can also put the tape on there and poke a little hole right here, beep, kind of get them started, and they'll chew through that tape, right? And then they'll eat to it kind of slows them down. They're able to chew through that tape. If it's a burly hive, I'll go ahead and put just black tape, right? Gorilla tape or something that they can't chew through. Give them a few days to get used to her. Because remember, this hive, which I'm guessing is queenless, hoping it's queenless, and we're going to find out in a few days, that they are going to not like the smell of this queen. She doesn't have the right perfume. So what we're doing is slowing them down with the fondant. They chew through the fondant and get to her. With these JZBZ queen cages, I like to use sort of the heel of this cage right here. You see the queen crawling around in there. I like to use the heel of this cage, and I just kind of push it into the comb like that. And that's all. What I'll do is I'll put this frame in, and I'm going to come back in 2 or 3 days, see what they've done with it. If she's been released, that's a good indication that they like her and they're going to keep her, or they've killed her. That's one or the other. If she's been released, I'm going to wait and look for eggs later. If she hasn't been released, then I'm going to do a little experiment, which is I take the queen off, I'll shake bees off it, and then I'll set the queen right on top of those frames and kind of see what the bees do. If they are really if they still have a queen, they're going to do what the behavior is called balling the queen. They're going to just they're gonna like attack. If they're vaguely interested in her and hoping to accept her, they'll kind of be attentive. Like these bees are kind of being attentive, but in general right now they're not gonna like her. They're not gonna like her for a while. That's why she's in a cage. But in 2-3 days, if they're still not liking her, I got a problem. I probably have a queen situation going on. So, but I'm gonna risk it because I really want this hive to be gentle. This is going to a friend of mine who helped me to remove these bees. So these are his bees. So I thought, hey, let's get a good queen in here for my friend Aaron. So that frame goes back in, and then we just put this all back together. One important piece of queen acceptance is you feed them. Make it really comfortable, right? So we're gonna get our little feeder here, get a little juicy juice in here, 1-to-1 sugar water. They're gonna like.
From this point on, it's a real game of getting the bees to accept that new queen. So I came back and checked this multiple times. I did see that the queen was released, and here I finally came back. This is probably 2 weeks later. Hive is not very strong still, but I want to see evidence of the queen. That's all I need to see. Once I see that, I'm in good shape. So look right there. Eggs and larvae. I don't even need to see the queen. I see her production. I see she's doing all right. They're actually big, so she's been laying for a little while. Looks good. Now it's ready to go to a new home. That's all it takes. Queen acceptance just means eggs and larvae. Spotting the queen doesn't even matter. So that's how you requeen a hive. It's a process, and it's a little bit of art, a little bit of science, and timing.